been sculpting for about 40 years. This is my stone carving studio. I've worked in everything, stone, steel, bronze, cement, wood. Mostly sculpture is something I always kind of did. Even when I was a kid, I always made things. I was going to be a psychologist, I believe that. This is my steel supply. You know, when you find neat stuff, there's lots of really neat shaped things in there that I really like. And to me, it's treasure. To my children, when I croak, it's going to be a problem. Anyway, I decided to go to art school. And then I went and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from Notre Dame. And then went on to do some post-grad work in Calgary. That's serpentine and bronze. That's from up to Duncan. I just wanted to make stuff. So I figured I'd spend my life making things. The piece I'm making for Castlegar, I called a Gang of Ravens. Yeah, I've been working with raven images for a long time. Actually, for years and years, I've done a lot of stone pieces of ravens. But this is the first time I've worked with steel. Stone is a completely different expression. It sees the raven as kind of a monument. And with the steel, it's seeing the raven as a raven. And I realized that the flexibility of working with steel is so much more than working with stone. I mean, it's just, you can really make them fly. It's a combination of forged and welded steel and bronze. I can cut out the basic shapes that I want from the steel. And I hire somebody to do that for me because they have a machine that actually does it. These pieces are cut out of plate, you know, that's a 12 gauge plate. It's pretty heavy. And then I cut the pieces up. And when the pieces are cut up, then I take them over here. I have a little forge here that I built out of scrap. I turn the gas on. I put the gas on. And then I turn the air on until I get a nice blue flame. Put this in here, adjust the air. The more oxygen, the hotter the fire. Well, I would take this, put it in there and get it real hot. And then when it's hot, I take it out with the hammer and the anvil. I pound on it and create these shapes. I do the same for the back, for the tail. I put them back together again. I weld them all up. There. See? That's the welding. These two pieces become one. And then I build the underneath part from separate pieces of metal. I decided to use bronze for the heads, mostly because I wanted a consistency in the heads and the fact that they're kind of detailed pieces, and I really wanted them to be really strong. And I'll cut into the bronze and shape the bronze and play around with it so that it really ties in with the metal. And when the pieces are finished, they're going to be painted a matte black. And then you got to compose it when it's done into a composition of the pieces and create a mount and all the rest of it that goes with it. So it's a fair amount of material and a fair amount of time. When I make a sculpture, basically I'm making it for myself, and I'm quite happy to keep it. I don't care whether I sell it or not. I want to do the work because I like doing it. I want to experiment and play around with different media. And if they sell, well, that's kind of a nice bonus.